media. You want a mathematical, what you call a genius, pretty much, of something that was prehistorically created out of spite, due to the fact that algebra. Algebra is a way to manipulate numbers. Now, why would you want to teach anyone to manipulate anything? But then that same psychosis leads on into the, and then I said, well, that's got to take a drastic detour. Because if I look at it systematically, you tell them, don't manipulate. But you're teaching manipulation through a systematical blueprint that should utterly not be used against humans or used by humans. But generationally, since that decided that, like I said, math makes sense, but when you take it beyond that point, you what do you call it? Transgressing the bounds of, like you said, 2 plus 2 equals. But then if you add 1 plus A equals 3. But it gets more trickier, because then you start adding extra numbers and extra letters, and then it goes on and on, and to the point where you end up with this so-called letter, not a number. Oh man, America. You drastically need to regroup, and it's like I said, you want to take something and implement it inside the minds. That's what this all about, huh? Oh man. Good luck with that one, man. Cause systematically looking at it, that's just destructive. Cause then you end up manipulating other numbers and other situations, geometry and all of this other stuff, manipulating. And you think that that's fair and fine. Why would you want to manipulate numbers? That's a good question. I got a moment of silence. I don't know what happened. They said I'm experiencing interruptions. I know I'm experiencing interruptions, but from the research that I done obtained, I said, man, hold on, let me ask the question, cause but then I said to myself, a specific group of individuals came up with this theory of geometry and chemistry and whatever chemistries there is. Now, what I'm trying to say is, can the nigga Christ get a chance? Can the nigga Christ get a chance to come up with their own, what you call it, chemistries? Yeah, chemistries, cause chemistry, industries, all of that. Yeah. Equal playing field, cause I see that you want to, how you say it, play on the systematical oppression that led from that, which is the fact that you didn't invent that way of remembering math. It's been obtained through the fact that you had math and then you had symbols and languages. But like I said, you transgressed and combined them and created your own. Hey, can I get this thing to play somehow? I keep getting moments of silence. I said I dwelled on it for a minute. I was like, well, let me see if they. But then the way you looking at this, you wondering who can find out and who can't find out. That's why when I went to look for something or delete something off of the YouTube, it was so hard for me to delete it. You moving stuff around. Nobody told you to do that, but you're doing it because, like I said, algebra, chemistry. I mean, you could use it as far as science is concerned. But as far as math is concerned, nah, man. You manipulating numbers. So your calculations will always be off. You either over calculate or under calculate. Now, like I said, if I was doing it, I would have to symbolize the so-called numbers that you're using into categorical forms. But, like I said, I haven't had my nigga chance. Trump and Biden is fighting to obtain the so-called White House. But I said to myself, it's been there before me, man. It'll be there after me. you know. So, if I'm looking at this thing correctly, throughout using those experimental suggestions for the people to learn and remember, because that's all it is a remembrance of a manipulation of numbers. And if you think that's fair to a human that wants to be saved, to manipulate and want to be saved, hold up, wait a minute. We gotta go backwards, I guess, in order to fix the problem. That's your problem, because generationally, telling them to remember this manipulation key. But then I said you continued on with it. And it leads me to this point of, like I said, remote learning. Take this overexpansion of math away from the table. Because it wouldn't, like I said, if you measuring something and you want to manipulate the measurements, what's going to happen? Virus today, vaccination efforts to end COVID-19. Like I said, man, there is no end in sight for this, man. And I think you know that already because it's been 6 months. And you want to, I guess, throw this president that was on a rampage out and shift the matters to another president, I guess, that would like to go back to reforming things the way you had it before for 40 years ago. Well, good luck with that one too. But since 40 years you've been manipulating. It's been beyond that. It's been since the time that part of this so-called math was manipulated. Negligence, pretty much. Salute to my sponsor, Grammarly, man. Because like I said, you want to hold a race of humans accountable for something that's taught to them. And who created it, you don't really want to know because they seem to want to be, what you call it, saved. But who can you trust? So, systematically, like I said, is it justifiable to teach a kid manipulation? Teacher or no teacher? It's questions. Need answers. Coronavirus update. U.S. reports nearly 300,000 new cases. Like I said, you're being taught to manipulate numbers. We went from 200,000 to 300,000. You can go, who knows? Some people ain't even been detected. Because they still waiting on the test results. And by that time, the numbers could change. That's what I'm trying to say. Systematically grouping the numbers. But even then, even if you got a group there or a group there, it's still a pedimos. You gotta say it in my native tongue. Pedimos. Yeah, baby. AP interview. And because like I said, you not stopping travel, so it ain't safe. AP interview. India bars. Virus vaccine maker. From exporting. And I'm glad you said that a day ago. Because mathematically, AP, Indian bars, I said, man, I didn't come up with this stuff. But those that did wanted to be holy. It was a manipulative tactic to go against a group of individuals that had systematically been oppressed. And systematically still are because you want to manipulate the numbers. Oh, man. So, before you tell me I'm wrong, America, let's do the number game. There's no running away from the numbers. This dude, hold on, this is from. Hold on, let me zoom in real quick. This is from ABC News. There's no running away from the numbers. Fauci laments surging COVID deaths as Trump claims fake news. Like I said, I don't want to stop any of the tirades that's taking place. I just want to get down to the reality of the matters and try to assume some problematical ways of solving them without manipulating. Because if you're teaching generations and generations, they won't even think they're manipulating anymore. It'll become normal. So whoever thought of that was the diabolicals. Just diabolical. Fired attorney Sidney Powell is back, advising Trump the chart a scourged. Don't know what that's going to be, but mathematically, you got to fix that problem first, which is the manipulation of numbers. Because by manipulating them, you're wasting not only the person learning it's time, actually just creating chaos with that. For generations and generations to come. But if we base life on memory, sometimes we forget. Coronavirus live updates. UK moves to full national lockdown. Like I said, sinners don't manipulate the numbers. That's the key to the, trying to survive this thing. Because opening and closing doors at the same time while coughing and sneezing. Good luck. You want to get back to normal. The way I said, COVID is the new normal. So as humans, we have evolved. And the only way we can do that is to adjust to it all. Did Trump break the law? I'd rather not go into the law because mathematically, it may have manipulated the numbers. I mean, from the mass point. How you said you got numbers by the masses. What if you manipulate those masses' numbers? St. Louis County officer accused of illegal usage police database to look up. Listen, man, I don't want to go into that part. Let's fix the first problem first. Is what you done taught the officer is to manipulate the numbers. So you got a human, never learned anything about manipulation. All of a sudden she wants to get to the next level. And the next level consists of you manipulating. Whatever factor or matter it is, it's defined as manipulation of numbers. It goes on and on and on. But I said, when does it stop? Because you said you wanted a problem solver. And I'm seeing more problems from something as simple as manipulation of numbers than the person that created that. But I don't think they were seeing it from the point of that point. I think they were seeing it from another point. And I don't want to go down that point. Because it would be a manipulation of numbers. Okra, as being dad forces hungry child to open tin can. Like I said, man, the manipulation of numbers, man. Here's how to check the status of your stimulus payment. Like I said, manipulation of numbers, man. But that's okay. Because as your president, I look forward to, as long as this pandemic is erupted and the people who are suffering from it, I look forward to the same amount of payments in the near future, which is unemployment must still remain and the stimulus still got to come out as long as this pandemic must remain. Because I have to satisfy the human beings from something uncontrollable. Oops, hope I don't get no copyright for that, Larry Love. But it's all based upon that, because you gotta love something enough that you don't want to see it grow. So you manipulate the numbers. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I just would worship the deceased and what you call it, just end. Because it's not fair to everyone. It's only fair to those that created and had their hand up to learn it the most. And believe you me, I believe I know who. Did a little manipulation of my numbers a while back, huh? Slid it back. I mean, not slid, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's a new phrase. U.S. coronavirus vaccine rollout well behind. I'm sorry, they say well behind. But like I said, you can manipulate numbers. We can be pushing it as far as we can be pushing it. But if you manipulate them numbers, you can just say, nah, it wasn't enough. As humans, you can only do what's possible. But if you manipulate, it's false. It's not valid. it's chaos. Coronavirus Daily News, January 3rd. What to know today about COVID-19? That, listen, man, manipulation may have got itself into trying to save the people's lives. Because if you manipulate, you can scheme something off the top. No question, restrictions will be tightened, says Boris. I said, you guys do whatever. Black Californian surgeons walk the walk on virus vaccines. It's a lot of U.S. news today. Host conversation with Minnesota leaders. Like I said, they want to persuade your mind, while your mind has got that, what do you call it, that marble, and the marble, bing, that man, it's bing marble, yeah. And like I said, with the headaches, the sniffling and opening and closing the doors, social distance, wear masks, and most of all, protect yourself from this deadly disease. Because, like I said, no disease has ever done this. And continue, like I said, getting whatever it is that they offering in that shot, if you need it. Just what do you call it? They say it's a lie. I think deep down inside, as far as the world is concerned, it's limited. Especially considering this dog. You got countries buying from other countries. Forum News Service to host conversation with Minnesota leaders. Yeah, I hear that. But like I said, I would go down to my podium, but it's being, renovated. Section of state office addresses public on eve of Senate runoff. Like I said, I don't want under the sentence to go, no one to move or budge or anything like that, because, like I said, but there will be movement as far as that's concerned. But, like I said, we'll see what happens. It's no biggie to the president. It's just understanding it all. And the things that, out of desperation, manipulation can cause. Warming already baked. The more U.S. news, like I said, man, I went at it with Fox. U.S. news, it's just rubbing me. It's rubbing me, and I'm not looking for that. I'm not looking for that. Warming already baked and will blow past climate goals. Listen, you can't control the climate. I know. What's your girl say? How dare you? Yeah, I know. Right. But at the same time, it's all political for you to get your mind away from the COVID and back to what they want you to mind on, which is the earth. We all on it. We can't control it. But I think there are some people that will try. I wouldn't advise them. As even down to the guy that allegedly blew himself up a day or so ago in the subway. It's been a lot of stage situations taking place, man. Periodically, It's like a reenactment of a movie, but they want to show it live. You see the manipulation. So, what can you trust? Who can you believe? These are all questions. Looking for answers. Especially to the manipulation part. With that being said, peace.